David and Anita had been together for 5 years. They weren't rich, but they were happy. Anita believed in David when no one else did. She stood by him through countless job rejections, unpaid rent, and sleepless nights. Whenever he felt like giving up, she would hold his hands and whisper, "One day, everything will change. Just don't stop believing." David always smiled and promised, "When I make it, you'll be the first person I reward." Life, however, had other plans. One ordinary afternoon, David received a phone call that would change his life forever. A business deal he had invested his last savings into exploded overnight. Within months, he became one of the youngest millionaires in the city. His old apartment became a luxury mansion. His second-hand clothes were replaced with designer suits. Expensive cars lined his garage. And suddenly, people who had ignored him wanted to be his friend. But with the money came pride. The same Anita who had prayed for his success was now too ordinary for his new lifestyle. David stopped answering her calls. He canceled dates. Whenever they met, he looked at her with embarrassment instead of love. One evening, Anita gathered the courage to ask, "David, have I done something wrong?" David sighed impatiently. "No, Anita. I've just changed. We don't belong in the same world anymore." Her heart shattered. "I loved you before you had anything," she whispered, tears rolling down her face. David looked away. "I need someone who matches my status now." Those words pierced deeper than any knife ever could. Without another word, Anita quietly removed the simple silver ring he had once given her and placed it on the table. "I hope your money gives you the love you couldn't find in loyalty." She walked away. David never looked back. Months passed. He attended glamorous parties, dated models, and lived the life everyone envied on social media. But behind the luxury was loneliness. The people around him loved his wealth, not his heart. Every conversation ended with a business proposal or a request for money. Every smile felt fake. Then one rainy afternoon, David saw Anita again, She was standing outside a children's hospital, laughing as she handed food to sick children. Beside her stood a humble man holding her umbrella, smiling at her with genuine love. David froze. For the first time in years, he saw real happiness. Not expensive, not flashy, just real. Anita noticed him. Their eyes met. She smiled politely, not with anger, not with regret, but with peace, David walked over. "Anita, I'm sorry." She nodded gently. "I know. I made the biggest mistake of my life." She looked at him for a moment before replying. "No, David, you didn't lose me the day you became rich." He frowned. "You lost me the day you forgot who stayed beside you when you had nothing." Those words echoed in his heart long after she left. That night, David sat alone in his mansion. The silence was louder than ever. He looked around at everything money had bought, the marble floors, luxury cars, expensive watches, and realized none of them could buy back the woman who had loved him without asking for anything in return. For the first time since becoming rich, David cried. Not because he had lost money, but because he had traded true love for temporary status. And by the time he understood the value of loyalty, it was already too late.